Okay, this video is doctor statistics. And by doctor statistics, I mean, let's talk like compared to sports. People think of sports as being non-scientific and, just guys, having fun. And, like, here's a baseball player, Mickey Mantle, one of my heroes when I was a kid growing up. And he was a fantastic center fielder for the New York Yankees, hitting lots of home runs and everything. Anyway, you could tell how Mick was doing. What was Mick's batting average? You could tell he was batting over 300. He had seasons where he's batting 353, even when he batted 365. He led the league in home runs. You could tell exactly how Mick was doing. So when Mick won the Most Valuable Player Award in 1956, he deserved it. You could tell he won. He was the best. Okay, well, now we think of medicine as being science. Oh, these doctors are so smart. They got so much education. Let's take a look at medical science. Oh, by the way, when you've got a big sporting event, a big football game, a big baseball game, you got the cheerleaders dancing around. Go team, go. We're the best. Yay, rah, rah. Okay, let's take a look at how that relates to medicine. Let's just look at the statistics for, let's say, a couple of different doctors treating things that are common for their specialty, okay? So if you're a internal medicine doctor, you see hypertension all day long. So internal medicine doctor number one, internist number one, hypertension, 5,000 patients. How many do they cure for hypertension? 0. They never ever cure a single patient. How about internist number two, 6,000 patients? 0. Internal medicine never cures hypertension. 0. The cure rate is 0. They always lose. They always fail. How about endocrinologists trying to treat diabetes? 4,000 patients. How many do they cure? 0. How about the endocrinologist number two? Maybe he'll have better luck. No. 3,000 patients, 0 cures. They never cure the patient. How about cardiologists curing coronary artery disease, CAD, coronary artery disease? 5,000 patients. 0 out of 5,000. He never cures coronary artery disease. How about cardiologist number two? 6,000 patients. 0 cures. Cardiac surgeon treating coronary artery disease with a bypass. 0 cures out of 4,000. Vascular surgeon treating peripheral arterial disease. 0 cures out of 3,000. But now we've got another competitor. We've got a health coach. And here's our, by the way, I said that conventional medicine reminds me of Dante's Divine Comedy, where Virgil and Dante had arrived at the gates of hell, and the sign said, "Abandon hope, all ye who enter." And that's pretty much what happens when you go to conventional medicine. Forget about being cured. They don't want to cure you. Cure a patient and you lose a customer. You make money by selling drugs. Match the ill to the pill and send a bill. Now let's say we have a health coach. A health coach will be somebody who's just watched vegan diets on YouTube for about a month. No college education, no grad school education. And they just tell patients, eat the low-fat vegan diet. Eat the Asselstyn diet, the Spartan vegan diet, the Jeff Nelson veg source diet. Eat, Esselstyn diet, whatever. Low-fat vegan diet with no oil. What percent of obesity would cure? Well, in real life, most patients don't want to do it. So 9 out of 10 patients will refuse the diet, and it's going to be the same thing for obesity, hypertension, diabetes, and coronary artery disease. 9 out of 10 will refuse the diet, and the 1 out of the 10 who follows it will be cured. So what does this tell you? The power is in the hands of the patient. If the patient follows the diet, they will be cured. So the challenge is really, if you want to cure somebody, to convince them to follow the diet, to give it a try. Tell them just try for a couple months. You don't have to do it for the rest of your life. And often they'll feel so good, they'll stick with it. So when you actually do it, it works. Caldwell Esselstyn said he never saw a single patient who followed his diet who ever had a recurrent cardiovascular event, meaning heart attack or stroke or anything like that. And so what I'm saying is conventional medicine, all it says, it's the best, it's the gold standard, but what are their cheerleaders going to say? We're the best, we lose every game, we always lose? So anyways, that's why they don't keep statistics. That's why you'll never walk into a doctor's office and say, this is our cure rate for hypertension, for diabetes, for coronary artery disease, for peripheral arterial disease, or for any other disease. Because if they did, somebody would come along with a plant-based diet and have much better results than them. So you'll never hear it. You'll never hear it in a medical conference. You can be, a fly on the wall in all the medical conferences everywhere in the whole Western world. You'll never hear a single hospital saying, this is our cure rate for hypertension, diabetes. They automatically assume it's impossible to cure it. You will never, ever cure it. Just make sure you sell a lot of drugs and you're sending for a lot of extra tests so we can make some money. Abandon hope, all ye who enter. Low-fat vegan diet cures it routinely, easily. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. When they've developed advanced stage chronic disease, for many decades, they'll have destruction of their arteries, calcification of all their arteries, destruction of their pancreatic beta cells, and these diseases will become irreversible. You can still improve the patient, but you can no longer cure them. So it is also true that the more chronically the patient has the disease, the less likely they can ever be cured by anything. That's why it's a good idea to, start sooner rather than later in turning these diseases around.